know, what is it producing? What is its financial strengths? The products, of course, very, very important, and we're looking for an opportunity. We want to look at the compensation plan. So let's start off with leadership, because whenever there's a successful organization, whether it be a business, a church organization, or a successful sports team, even down to Girl Scouts and Brownie, there's always a strong, strong leader at the helm. So who is leading Sisel Kaffe? Well, the same great leader of Sisel International, and that would be billionaire philanthropist Tom Maurer. Tom's been working with the health industry for 40 years and hasn't changed his tune. Absolutely incredible. What he, you know, a lot of leaders talk about what they're going to do. I'm going to tell you a little bit about what Tom has already accomplished and some of the awards he's won. Tom Maurer started a company in the 80s and grew it to the #5 company in the world. Tom did this when only 5 companies have ever reached $1 billion in a single year. Tom has created more than 1,000 millionaires, and his goal over the next 9 years is to create more than 10,000 millionaires. And if you're looking for an opportunity this evening, why not you? Tom is a PhD biochemist, and he's Sisel Kaffe's Chief Scientific Officer. Tom's ability to create powerful and effective products are the keys to his tremendous success in the network marketing profession. I'm going to go over just a couple of awards briefly so you understand a little bit more about Tom Maurer. He's earned the 2010 Whole Child International Award. Sisel International and Kaffe give to 2 children's charities. He's won the Champion Award and His Holiness Dalai Lama Humanitarian Award. Tom has also won the Utah Genius Award. So how did he get going? Well, Tom used $150 million of his own money to create this largest factory. And now with the addition of Sisel Kaffe, you sectioned off this factory to produce the most healthy, best tasting coffee in the world. And I'm going to demonstrate to you exactly how we do this. I'm just going to give you business facts, no hype. So let's learn about why this is the best tasting, most healthy coffee in the world. Now, first you might be thinking to yourself, you know, one year I hear coffee's bad for you, and the next year I hear it's good for you, and it seems to switch year to year and sometimes month to month. But here's the truth. Coffee roasted badly is harmful, but coffee cooked and not roasted to brittle dryness contains helpful ingredients. Sisel Kaffe coffee is not flame roasted, but infrared cooked to near perfection, thus preserving the bioflavorable properties great coffee contains. Those who've experienced Sisel Kaffe agree when it comes to coffee. No other brand matches it for aroma, flavor, health benefits. We have 3 major types, from black to luxurious latte, and we have mocha. Now I'm just going to give you a little idea why it's very, very difficult for others to compete. See, to create the world's healthiest, best tasting coffee, we took coffee back to its roots. Volcanic and rich soil of Panama. Tom Maurer actually bought the largest Panamanian coffee farm because he wanted this specific coffee bean. And I'll show you exactly what bean that is. It's a combination of good health promoting and life enriching ingredients. So we've infused this coffee, and at the same time, it tastes absolutely fantastic. So why? What did we start with? Well, we started with the best tasting coffee bean in the world, literally. This is the Panamanian Bouquet Geisha, World Cup Tasters Championship coffee of choice. In other words, as far as taste, this bean has won the taste test internationally for 12 years in a row now. Absolutely outstanding. So this is an internationally award-winning coffee bean. It's very hard to duplicate because this bean is grown with the right blend of environmental factors such as sun, soil, altitude, water, Every bean used in Sisel Kaffe is hand-picked because the cherries can often ripen at different rates. Picking by hand rather than machine takes more time, it costs more money, but it also guarantees the beans will not be green and bitter. Processing, the beans are fermented for up to 72 hours before being separated from the inner bean. The green beans are sun-dried up to 3 weeks in preparation for blending. This is really important, this next step here. I want to talk about infrared roasting. Infrared roasters of this size, this magnitude, to do hundreds of thousands of pounds, there's only 6 of them in the world, and they're extremely expensive. The dried and blended beans are then expertly roasted using the right balance of time and temperature. The roasting phase is when the green coffee bean turns brown and black. Now, if it's burnt, it can actually cause cancer-causing agents, and that's why some of the controversy comes into whether a coffee bean is healthy or not. That's just part of it. So this is infrared roasted. The grinding that takes place, these are micro ground. This gets at the smooth taste. The grind process, the coffee's body and aroma come together just perfectly. So that's how we're getting the best tasting coffee. But what makes it the most healthy coffee in the world? What did we infuse it with to make it even more healthy than it already was? Well, Sisel Kaffe has taken the best coffee beans in the world and made them better by infusing them with chaga, Gutta-cola, bacopa, and organic Ganoderma. These extracts will fuel your body and mind. There's some pictures that you've never been seen in the bottom in an order there of the names chaga, Gutta-cola, bacopa, and Ganoderma. So let's go over each one briefly. Chaga contains B vitamins, flavonoids, phenols, minerals, and enzymes to support the immune and digestive systems. It's been used in Chinese medicine for a few thousand years. Absolutely incredible. Now, why doesn't it destroy the taste of the coffee? Because chaga is tasteless and odorless. Absolutely wonderful and does the body good. Now, Gutta-cola, the leaves and stems of the Gutta-cola have a long history of supporting respiratory health. Just another excellent ingredient to infuse a coffee with. And you have bacopa. A lot of people want that pick-me-up. But how about better memory? Are you one of those people who forget where you put your keys? Or sometimes we affectionately say, or joking around say, have you ever had a senior moment? Don't let this small Indian herb fool you. Research show that bacopa lends big support for the memory. And last but certainly not least, organic Ganoderma. This is an ancient mushroom used in traditional Chinese medicine to promote longevity. Now, up to this point, no one has infused coffee with these 4 healthful ingredients. It's just never been done before. And again, we started with the #1 tasting bean literally in the world. And that's why the independent taste test came out like this. This is Sisel Kaffe, right? And this is not golf, so high score wins, and this is based on a score of 100. So on a score of 100, exactly what we're having here, Sisel Kaffe is coming out 87, 88. Here's Starbucks, which I call $5, 81, 82. And here's your typical store brands as you're walking through the aisles of your favorite supermarket. They generally come in around here. And here's a Gano MLM. There's about 25, give or take a couple Gano MLMs, which means they've taken some type of coffee and infused it with the mushrooms. And the taste test, as you can see, is coming in pretty poor in that range. I'm not sure exactly which one that is. This is important as well. Sisel Kaffe is organic, fair trade, and Sisel is a member of the Rainforest Alliance that supports fair wages for workers in second and third world countries. Harvesting coffee and other ingredients also for supporting the environment and ecology. It's really important for Sisel International as well as Kaffe because we use so many unique ingredients from around the world. It's important to fight for fair wages. So this must be very expensive. You know, when you're taking the #1 bean in the world and you're infusing it with these ingredients, we're able to save about 400% on traditional manufacturing costs, as well as owning the largest Panamanian coffee farm saves us a lot of coffee brokers and distribution. So it's literally going to the farms, to this factory, and to the end consumer's home. So our ultra-rich black coffee with the extracts that I've mentioned, chaga, gluticola, bacopa, and organoganoderma, comes out to about 64 cents a cup. Just absolutely amazing. If you wanted to compare it, let's just take McDonald's, and I just say that because everyone knows about it, and I don't know what type of coffee that is, but it's it's around $1 a cup. And here we have 64 cents for, in my opinion, the most amazing coffee in the world. Now, if you like it all ready to go with cream and sugar and quality ingredients, so in other words, this doesn't have fake sugars in it that are potentially harmful. It comes out to about $1.10 a cup, and it is absolutely amazing if you like that rich latte. And again, I'm using the words ultra ground because although this is instant, it is not your freeze-dried garbage of days gone past. It is just micro ground for convenience. So you just add hot water. And the same goes for the mocha. The mocha is ultra-rich micro ground coffee with Dutch cocoa. And it has the same extracts of chaga, gluticola, bacopa, and organic ganoderma. It's about $1.47 a cup. These are very quality ingredients. And again, there's no other coffee. Now, some of you might be thinking, Jeff, you know what? I just don't like instant coffee no matter what. It's something in my mind. Even if it's not freeze-dried, I don't want it. And that's perfectly fine because we also have bag coffee. If you want it in the bag, you can have the same great coffee. It's less than 40 cents a cup if you want to brew it this way. And it's just, just incredible. So if you want it in the bag, you can have it in the bag. Now, here's just a comparison that I think you'll enjoy. It's a great comparison. I'm just comparing it to Starbucks here. A fantastic coffee they both are. They both use the same Panamanian Bocadilla coffee bean. But compare the health benefit support of Sisel Kaffe, and then look at the price, and the decision should be easy. So on the left here, we have Starbucks, and it's about $130 for an 8-ounce bag. And you can find this all over Amazon and eBay and all those types of places if you just want to look it up. You don't have to take my word for it. And then over here on the right, you have Sisel Kaffe for a 12-ounce bag, 4 more ounces, $26 for the exact same bean. Of course, Sisel's is infused with 4 healthy ingredients. Now, I know some of you have your Keurig machines, and those are absolutely fantastic. Take a look at this because you're going to love it. And you can actually take the ground. I know there's adapters for your machines too. But anyways, here you have your K-Cups, and it will work absolutely fantastic. And if you want one branded to Sisel, Tom Maurer selected this one himself. It's just branded to Sisel, and it is just of the highest quality. We have our own branded machine. Now here's where I'm going to really, I really find this next section, just fascinating. And many of you may have showed up tonight just for this section here. Here's my quick question for you. If you could burn unwanted fat, even black fat, from accumulating from your body by simply switching coffees, would you? Most people would. Most people would. So we've taken this World Cup Tasters Championship coffee, and what we've done is we have made a weight loss coffee out of it. Now, I believe that this may be arguably the greatest network marketing product ever. And that's because we took the multi-billion-dollar weight loss, which is clearly won over the last 30 years. As far as earning money for the network marketing profession, for the companies and the distributors, it's been weight loss. But over the past 5 years, it's been coffee. So what we've done, what Tom Maurer at Sisel International has done, is made the coffee a weight loss coffee. We've combined the two industries, 2 multi-billion-dollar industries. Absolutely incredible. And what we have here is an incredible weight loss coffee. Now let's talk about what most weight loss coffees are. Weight loss coffees usually have 1 or 2 ingredients that may assist in weight loss. And I couldn't believe it when I came across 2 companies that actually had none. They want you to swallow a pill along with your coffee to get the results. That's not weight loss coffee in my book. It's just coffee. That's just silly. Sisel Weight Loss Coffee is infused with 10 proven quality ingredients. And I'll go over them quickly for time's sake. Very quickly. Number 1, Sinatrol, Mediterranean diet extract. It's added to thermally burn fat faster. And studies have shown 5 to 6 pounds steady weight loss per month. And that's where we're just getting started. Evodimine, this is a thermogenic fat-burning sensation. With such intensity, a rise in body temperature can be felt. Tom Maurer says 2 cups of this and you'll start to sweat. Now that's really exciting because sweat is fat crying. Bonus, evodimine blocks fat uptake into fat cells. Absolutely incredible. Crystal caffeine. This complex molecule releases up to 8 hours of substantial, sustainable energy. You'll be like the Energizer bunny that keeps going and going. Instead of 2 short hours of just some caffeine buzz, and we all know that buzz is followed by a dramatic crash in energy, and it's not that great for your body. 8 hours of sustained, incredible energy. It's actually forcing your body to use fat for energy. Number 4, chromium polyniclinate. This has been around for 30 years. Weightlifters, bodybuilders have used it to retain muscle while dieting for competition. This is an insulin receptor stimulation for fat storage. It actually helps you retain muscle while losing fat. You know, it's said that when you are on a diet, for every 2 pounds of fat you lose about a pound of muscle. This helps you retain the muscle while losing the fat. Again, it's been around for 30 years. It's not the most powerful ingredient here, but it does work. So Sisel International added it. Number 5, yerba mate extract. Gives you cardiovascular energy and increases fat-burning energy. You got to love that. Number 6, this is pretty well known. EGCGs from green tea. You might not have heard of EGCGs, but you heard of green tea. You know, if your green tea definitely works. They increase your fat-burning metabolism, cellular uptake of fat, inhibited digestion of carbohydrates, and reducing your appetite. So what did I just say in that? Basically what I said is carbohydrates turn into sugars, which turns into fat. This stops that process while burning fat and reducing your appetite. So a lot of people don't like to sit there and drink green tea, but they sure love their coffee. So we've infused the coffee with EGCGs. Let's move to number 7. Guarana. Now a lot of people think that this is just another form of caffeine, and it's not. It's a very fatty molecule, but it increases energy metabolism. It digests slowly. But this is really incredible because a lot of science went into this, and I say trust the science and trust Sisel. Number 7 here works synergistically with ingredient number 1, Sinatrol. Let me circle the word here. This is what ingredient number 1. So guarana works synergistically with Sinatrol, Mediterranean diet fat-burning power. Number 8, green coffee bean. This is an extract from the green coffee bean. This means before it's roasted. Dr. Oz has been talking about this, and many other professionals, around the world. Increases the fat usage, metabolism, and suppresses fat storage. So it helps you metabolize fat faster, and it stops or suppresses fat from going on your body. And then what they're really talking about here is the acid, the chlorogenic acid. Number 9. Garcinia cambogia. This has been all over. Again, it's another one that Dr. Oz talks about. May curb the appetite, suppress fat storage, increase energy, and interferes with fat storage enzyme production. It means it's stopping your body from making the enzymes it needs to store fat. You can barely go on the internet without finding this. and we've infused it right into the coffee. Certainly not least here. Raspberry ketone extract, known to suppress the appetite while utilizing glucose to increase fat burning and energy release. Breakdown and destruction of fats. Does that sound good? Destruction of fats. Speed up the metabolism, break down against fat buildup, especially in the liver. Now, we all know if you have a fatty liver, it's going to be very difficult to lose the fat you want. Now, I mean, one reason I'm so excited about this right here, imagine if you would, these are readily available. Imagine if you went out and purchased these 10 ingredients by yourself. What do you think that would cost you? Well, quite a bit, right? I mean, some of the ones I've named here are anywhere from just one of these ingredients could be $40 to $80 a bottle. These are really smart ingredients to infuse into weight loss coffee. Wouldn't you agree? FDA. When incorporated into a program of limited calorie reduction and help by exercise as required by FDA regulations for claims of weight loss support, these statements have not been evaluated and approved by the FDA. Obviously, friends, that's a required statement. Now, this is what I love to do, and you may love it too, and many on here, this webinar, they've been here before, they've seen this hot tip and they like it. How about taking your coffee and taking it with one of Sisel International's finest products? This is a meal replacement, but it's like no other, and I do mean it's like no other. It has 51 vitamins and minerals. A close second would be somewhere in the 20s. It has no fake sugars. It's sweetened with stevia. It has the fiber and the protein you need. You could replace 2 meals a day with it if you want because it is nutritionally packed. At the same time, that meal replacement there is only 76 calories. So just imagine taking your coffee and taking a scoop of this Sisel Lean meal replacement, mixing them together, and just having a fantastic tasting latte. Now, if you go to one of the expensive places, it's probably going to cost you $6, $7, or $8, and you're going to consume over 600 calories. Here, you can replace a meal, get all the get up and go you want, and it will absolutely taste fantastic, and you will be under 80 calories. So that's my hot tip. With great tasting healthy coffees like these, and so many coffee lovers around the world, opportunities abound for those who want to benefit from this lucrative profession. And that's why the road to success is paved in coffee. Sisel Kaffe makes it easy to tap into the coffee market by letting you start your own distribution business, sharing the best tasting healthy coffee with your friends, family, and actually all around the world. Because right now we're in approximately 40 countries, and by the end of 2014, we'll be in 60 countries or more. Did you know there's more than 2 billion cups of coffee consumed worldwide every day? Large companies have taken notice of the enormous profit potential and have made coffee a focus by selling it at a premium. Isn't it time you start cashing in? How about cashing in globally? See, it's just not about more cash. We have a seamless global compensation plan. It's a lifestyle changer. What most people are looking for, more money. They simply are. They're looking for more money. Most people are only a paycheck or two away from bankruptcy. Check that check. We've heard that term before. Now, if they have money, they usually don't have time. Most people want more time, and most people want to live a long, healthy life. What we want to do at Sisel Kaffe is help people get more time and more money. But have you ever felt stuck? Have you ever felt like you've had more month than money? Maybe you've had these crazy, weird feelings. We could go on and on, but I'll just read you a few. Have you ever been standing at the checkout line hoping your card's approved? It's a crazy, weird feeling. Have you ever told your children that it costs too much? Supply and demand have already determined the perfect price. Have you ever needed car repairs, new tires, brakes, and more, but you didn't have the cash? Have you ever paid cash for a vacation, or was it mostly credit? Ever thought that money's not important? Dead wrong. Sisel Kaffe has great news for you. You don't need to live like that. Make a decision to live in the home of your dreams. This is actually a picture of Tom Mauer's residence. It's 65,000 square feet. Drive the cars you want to. Take the vacations you want to. That's myself and April Tucker in Mexico. Been to Mexico a few times. Been to France, Italy, and Spain, and Canada, and many parts of the world because of the network marketing profession. And if you like toys, there's plenty of toys you can have if you just have a little extra cash. But even if you have those things, most people still want to spend more time with friends and family. These are the things that are free. But even if you're living in a house that you've always wanted to, you didn't have any of those crazy, weird feelings. Most people don't give all the money they want to charity. This is Tom Mauer right here, writing a check to Whole Child International for $300,000 to get it going. Today, over $12 million a year, because the Sisel International and Sisel Kaffe distributors chip in just a little by rounding some dollars up or contributing what they want, and then Tom matches and it comes out to millions of dollars a year. It's pretty exciting. Now, what's the catch? Everyone wants to know what the catch is. This sounds great. This sounds fantastic. What's the catch? The catch is there's effort on your part. If you really want to do this, if you really want to change your life, there's going to be some effort required. You can do it full-time. You can do it part-time. You can do it sometime. You just can't do it no time. But with our seamless compensation plan, it will be worth it. Let's take a look. Our one-of-a-kind compensation plan for Sisel Kaffe has several notable features that set us apart from all others in the industry. We have several generous profit centers. Now, a lot of companies, they take 20 to 30 slides. I'm going to show you the compensation plan in 2 slides. And the reason is it shouldn't be so complicated you can't understand it. You want me to believe that it's complicated, but it's good for me. We have fast start bonuses, direct distributor commissions, we have infinity pay, and we have an auto program. Let's go over the 2 slides. We blow away the competition. 45% paid out on the bonus volume. I don't think, well actually I know, there's not a close second. And even on the direct line up, it's 5%. We're paying out 50% of the money taken in fast start bonuses. And this is paid weekly. There is no 2 or 3 week lag. You get paid the way you want. In other words, do you want direct deposit? Do you want a paper check mailed to your home? Or do you want a MasterCard we supply that pays you 1% cash back? Click a button, transferred, boom, on your card. We pay a lot, and we pay fast. And that's important today. No one wants to distribute a product on the first week of a month and get paid a month and a half later in the middle of the next month. It's ridiculous. Slide number 2. So many companies make it so hard to understand because they have these complicated hybrid, binary, unilevel, triple biaxial compensation plans that you could never understand. I'll bet you that every one of you will understand if this is your first day or you've been in network marketing for several years. Let's take a look at this. Starting second month, if they're on your first level, you get 5%. If they're on your second level, it's 10. Now we don't have to count these, all right? Levels 2 through 6 are 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Very easy. You can remember that, can't you? And take a look at this. 7th is so important because most health and wellness don't pay beyond the 7th level. This is a Unilevel. It is the only Unilevel MLM coffee company. The rest are, like I said, binaries, which I find to be, in my opinion, horrific. 5% to infinity. That's our infinity bonus. Now, if you take a look at this, we're paying out 55% through level 6. Most companies pay out 25 to 32% in the first 6 levels. There is not a close second out there. 2 examples. So in other words, how does this simple Unilevel apply? Let's take a look. Example of each person bringing in 3 people who have a total volume each month of personal and customer purchases totaling 200 BV. This is just yourself consuming the regular coffee that you would and having 3 customers. This is not huge. So here we go. Oh, one more thing. This is just residual income. This does not include the Infinity Pay or our card program. So residual income is what it's about here. So let's take a look. On your first level, you sponsored 3 people. Excellent. It's going to come out to about 30 a month. Now you have about 12, approximately $210 a month. Not bad. But look at this. 39 people in this example. $750 a month. Now, I know these results aren't typical, and I also know that things don't work out perfectly symmetrical. No one's going to bring on 3. Who brings on exactly 3? Who brings on 3? Some people bring on none, and some people bring on 100 and everywhere in between. We have to give you an example. 4th level, 5th level, 6th level. Notice we have a 7th level to infinity, but I'm not showing it because I believe this speaks for itself. Less than 1,100 people, and you're at nearly $22,000 a month in just residual income. Outstanding, over $250,000 a year. Now, I love residual income. We all have residual bills, don't we? We either have a car payment or lease, or we have a home mortgage or rent, we have gas, electric, water, various types of insurance. We just can't get away from those residual bills. So I love it when someone comes on board and they just build these couple of levels and they start wiping out their gas bill, their water bill, their electric bill. And then they get out of that check-to-check area at $750 a month. A lot of people work 30 years at a company to get a $750 pension. Now, I'm going to show you one more slide. 2 for compensation, 2 examples. They say, Jeff, this example is great enough. I'd love to earn, over $200,000 a year. Some people already are. And we got some big dreamers. So I'm going to show you one more example for your big thinkers. This is the exact same example, exact same VV. It's just going for 5. Okay, are we ready? You're more ambitious? The difference between the $50,000 man or woman and the $500,000 man or woman is about 2 people. Same results, same numbers. The difference is at about 155 people in your 3rd level, you're over $3,000 a month in residual income. By the 4th level, you're in the top 1% of earners in America. By the 5th level, you're hanging in there. Build 6 levels, approximately $400,000 a month, $4.6 million a year. Now, for some of you who think, well, Jeff, it's really gutsy to show an example like that. Well, I have 2 things to say. Number one, yes, the results are not typical, but they are possible. As we all know that when someone first ran the 4-minute mile, 3 or 4 people did it right after that the first week. Well, in the network marketing coffee business, just a few months ago, someone crossed $1 million a month in income. So I have no problem showing you 6 levels and $4.6 million a year when I'm not even including Infinity Pay. Here's our auto program. It pays up to $750 a month. It's a luxury program, and where a lot of companies say you can only have a BMW or a Mercedes, we have many cars on our list. Audi, Bentley, Jaguar, Cadillac, of course, the Beamers and the Mercedes. What's a luxury car to you? So are you ready to get started? To that I say wonderful, great, fantastic. If not, I have a secret for you. Now's not a good time. Now's never a good time to quit smoking, start a diet, begin to exercise, eat more healthy, or make up with a significant other. Now's not a good time to save money, start a business, plan a vacation. The list goes on and on. Would you agree? Do you know anybody like that who says now's not a good time? Perhaps intimately? Now's never a good time, but it's the only time. Tomorrow never comes. Someday never comes. I've watched people take someday to the grave. Someday I'll start a business. Someday I'll quit smoking. Someday I'll exercise. Someday I'll make up with that person. But someday never comes. I love this quote. Many of you may have read this book. It's from Think and Grow Rich. The author is Napoleon Hill. He says, do not wait. The time will never be just right. Start where you stand and work with whatever tools you may have at your command. And better tools will be found as you go along. You'll never know unless you go for it. One more quote from Napoleon Hill I just love. Set your mind on a definite goal and observe how quickly the world stands aside to let you pass. It's easy to start a business with Sisel Kaffe. Share Sisel Kaffe, build your distributor team. You'll earn a residual income to potentially replace your current paycheck. That's called getting out of the rat race. That's called never waiting in rush hour traffic again. That's called not hitting snooze 8 times. Take this opportunity to share Sisel Kaffe with others and build a supplemental income you've always dreamed of. Experience the cafe coffee, improve your wellness, relieve financial stress. You see it, you get it. There's no risk, no inventory, no collecting money, no warehousing or delivering. You'll get enrollment material, you'll get websites, lead capture pages if you've been around for a while, the best in the industry, created by business building kits, excellent customer service, webinars and online training, and I believe that everyone should have a home-based business for the tax advantages alone. These are just some examples of capture pages that you have within minutes. Aren't they absolutely amazing? We'll show you how to get these out in the world with the free training that we extend to start building an international business. Seamless. A lot of people say, but I don't know how to get started. I don't know what to do. I want to remind you that before you started the job that you do today, you didn't know how to do it. We will teach you. There's just incredible trainers. There's April Ray. There's April Marie Tucker. There's Bill Potting. There's so many incredible teachers around the world. There's Cliff Evans. We have people just from multiple countries around the world. Tom Maurer himself gets on the calls about 6 times a week live. So you're from Billionaire Tom Maurer, 6 days a week live. Absolutely incredible. I like to ask this question because everyone has their different viewpoint on it. What's priceless to you? What would it be worth not to go to work tomorrow or ever again? How about never to ask for time off? How about never calling in fake sick? I know you've never called in fake sick. That fake tummy ache that sometimes arrives when It's Monday. Not get paid less than you're worth. Being able to go to after-school events. Never having to say it costs too much. Knowing that you're financially secure. Spending quality time with the people you love most. What's priceless to you? Now, I know the best things in life are free, but you've probably also heard that the second best things in life cost a lot of money. That's why I say for everything in life that's priceless, there's Sisel Kaffe. For everything else, there's a job. The acronym for just over broke. I was really honored to present this to you tonight, and the person who invited you here really cares about you. So I want to encourage you to become a Sisel brand partner. Enroll today. Remember, there is no tomorrow. And I will give you a reason to enroll today and not wait. Because today, to enroll with Sisel Kaffe, there's no charge. I can't say that about tomorrow, but I can say that about today. So again, I want to thank you for attending the webinar. And I want to encourage you to call the person who invited you here and discuss with them the best way for you to come on board and to assist you with your goals and dreams. And if you like Think and Grow Rich, if you like that book and you'd like a free copy, get in touch with the person who brought you here, and I'll make sure that you get a free copy of that book. Thanks so much for attending, and have a good night. Oh, one more quick one. If you'd like to see that largest MLM factory in the world, I'll play you a quick video. It's about 9 minutes. I hope you really enjoy it.
This is a very high-tech lab because the important thing with our company is the ingredients that make up our products. We're not just making products and putting them into a bottle. We're making them with very powerful, expensive ingredients. And you know what? We don't want them wasted. We're going to put them in the concentration that's necessary to give the maximum effect possible. And we're going to put a lot of them in there. So when you make a product, you have to heat it, cool it, blend it, do all kinds of things. There's chemical reactions that take place. And we have to make sure that that molecule, that active ingredient, is viable and there in the quantities it's supposed to be. You can see right here the massive size of this facility. This is colossal. Through that far end down there is all the semis bring the raw materials in. Things like boxes, bottles, stuff like that, as you can see around here, they get stacked and put here. The actives go into a quarantined area where they're tested to make sure they are what they are. And then bottles are dumped in here. This will rotate, set the bottles up, takes them down through this system, and it fills them. And you can see there's lots of lines filling tablets here. They'll move along real fast. They get down, and then they have a seal put on them. They're capped. They have a code date put on it, and they're labeled, and they go out in their box. This is a powder mixer. This is one of the powder mixers we have in the facility. We have certain types. This is called a cone mixer here. We've got some ribbon mixers and other cones here. We load it through the top, so this whole thing rotates up. After all the products are picked and everything is loaded from the mezzanine, it comes down here. This tumbles and rolls around, and augers going in it until it all gets mixed. If you think your wife's hairdryer is big, look at those two that are right there. And those are the tubes that come. That is how much heated air we put out of this thing. It is a monster. And that puts all of that air. Now this fucoidin slurry that we have now comes through these little teeny pipes here. And it's under 8,000 psi. At 8,000 psi, if you took that thing and you put it against the steel, it'd cut right through steel, cut right through concrete. But it's under that much pressure, and it shoots it all the way down the end of this thing, Well, this huge volume of air, look at the air movement that's in that goes out to dry it out, to drive off the volatiles that we want out of it. And at the end, we collect our ash, and what started out as a seaweed was made to a liquid through phases, then to a powder, and then we take it back to a liquid again. This has got a nice smell to it too, doesn't it?
Yep.
I believe that's Ficoidin. Anyway, but it could be, products need to taste good, no matter how powerful they are. Remember cod liver oil, any of you guys?
Yes.
Yeah. It's supposed to be good because it tastes so bad. Now, you got to remember that it is good because it tastes so good with what we're doing. This equipment, these are big, 5,000 and 8,000 gallon vats that are here. They hold raw materials, partially finished materials, fully finished materials, and it mixes back and forth, heats, chills, agitates. Doesn't do heavy mixing, but it does liquid mixing in here and does large volumes. And if you're running many different types of products, if you're making huge runs, you may have 2 or 3 of these that they're all doing in it. You can have 3 of these with a fully finished, partially finished, and a raw material all being used in the same formula, going into those rooms, happening, coming back, or even being done here in another tank. Isn't that amazing? For a guy that started with a stainless steel dairy tank and a paddle from a canoe, this has come a long ways. All the bottles come in here. As they come in from the outside, this is a hermetically sealed room, and they go through and they're picked up here of where they actually churn so they're sideways, and they're sanitized and rinsed, turned up, drained out. Then they go in the next side where they're filled, they're spun out, then they're sealed, then they're capped, and then they go through and they go into a chiller, or where they're heated, and then they're heated up and cooled down rapidly, depending on the product, to whatever we want. Then they go out, they're dried. Once they're dry, there's a big dryer that they're going through. Then they have a label put over them. Once the label's put over, it goes into a shrink tunnel. It shrinks the label on it. Then they're coated. Then they're all x-rayed. Then they go into a box. It's sealed. They run down the line. They're automatically put onto a pallet. And if we want to, it's automatically shrink wrapped. And then a forklift comes in and picks it up. Now that piece of filling equipment that we went in the room that was the filler, that does 500 bottles a minute. Imagine a minute. That's the speed we can crank it up to. So that son of a gun can run. So what you've seen from the inception of when the products are automatically ordered, automatically stocked, automatically picked, loaded by hand, of course, after they're weighed for control, and then they're automatically mixed, automatically filled, automatically processed, labeled, everything automatically boxed, they come out. Are we ready for you? You bet. And we built this for you guys, and it's ready, and it's going. It's cooking. We just got to get you guys cooking. This one is a finished product. It is a super saturated solution. Other companies' products are highly dilute drinks. This is a highly concentrated, super saturated solution. It's really a natural medicine, an elixir that is very concentrated, and it's easy to see right there. You will never go to a company in your life that has this kind of facility because they just don't have this kind of facility. And this is the beginning. Can you imagine? This kind of thing set up at the beginning of a network marketing company. It's never happened in the history of network marketing that a company has started out massive. They don't even start out moderate. They start out small. We're massive from the very beginning. We're state-of-the-art in everything we do. We have the most powerful, extraordinary products because we're using the most exotic, expensive, effective ingredients, and we're using lots of them in the same batch, and we're using the highest concentration. And we have this huge automated system to support all of this. And on top of that, the most beautiful packaging, all of it. The compensation plan that is the giant engine of them all. Nothing has ever been designed like what this is. It feeds money, it knows right where to put it, and it puts it in the amounts to make distributors successful. We have so many products, and they're so great, and they're so extraordinary. There's never been a line like this in the history of the world. Never. There's never been a product like Vacoid, yet there has been, but it's never been taken to this level. The world's greatest ingredient since the beginning of time is now better than it ever has been, and we have it patented. And that's our target item. Talk about hot. When hot is hot, this is red hot. So anyway, time to get to work? You bet. You got your gold, stake your claim, let's go mine it. Okay? Thanks for your tour.
Live in Nashville, Tennessee.